Oftentimes, members of the Kirksville community see firefighters out responding to emergency calls. But what they don't see is behind-the-scenes testing and training that they also go through. I was able to take part in some of that testing to keep their skills up to date. Kirksville Fire Deputy Chief John Cook says this testing allows the personnel to evaluate their own physical fitness and make sure the basic functions of a firefighter can be completed.
A lot of our job is pretty mundane. It's, as we do inspections, we do training, we do stuff that's not very physical. And then, in 4 minutes, we're expected to go from 0 to 100, basically, with all-out physical exertion.
Cook adds that this testing allows firefighters to learn more about how much and how fast their air supply is used up when responding to different calls. He says the department recently got new air tanks that are rated for 45 minutes of use.
That's resting. That's not a very accurate depiction of how long that air actually lasts. Most people will be able to get about half that amount of work out of it. Look at it, 22 to 25 minutes of work for the average person. Bigger people consume more air than smaller people. Your physical fitness, those all are factors.
Right now, the department is in the final stages of putting together this test, which will soon become an annual exam. Recently, personnel in Kirksville took part in the test to see if any adjustments needed to be made. Although some of the tasks are strenuous, firefighters made completing each obstacle look simple. The Kirksville Fire Department invited me to participate, so I did what any adventurous reporter would do and suited up in the bunker gear and strapped on an air tank to give the course a go. That course was made up of several different stations that simulate a number of different scenarios.
First station is a hose advance, so they'll grab the charged hose line, advance it, and hit a target with the stream.
Next, you put the hose down and move on to the overhead ventilation simulation station.
We'll put a pry bar over their head 10 times. And then they climb stairs to the second floor. They come down and they do a forcible entry simulator. They take a sledgehammer and they strike a target 10 times as well.
After that, to test weight endurance, you move a hose roll from one location to another. The next station is set up to test fine motor skills.
They're already exhausted, they're winded, and now we ask them to do very fine motor skill stuff, to move the 2 softballs and 2 baseballs from the top of one cone to the next.
But the test doesn't come to an end there.
Next, they climb through a confined space simulator through the tunnel, and then they simulate a rescue. They drag a 150-pound mannequin 20 feet.
Cook adds that personnel must then go through the course until a low air alarm on their tank sounds and the air supply is exhausted.
Each individual firefighter can gauge how effectively they utilize the air, and they know how much real working time they have. And it's very important, particularly after that low air alarm goes off, and if they get into a dangerous situation, they know how much time they've got to escape.
Reporting in Kirksville, Ashley Hoke, KTVO News.